Guess what time it is?
It's time for small potatoes.
Where we give you a naughty tease of our latest Patreon episode.
Be sure to subscribe. Links are in the description. It's Movember. So we are talking to you gentlemen, which is the majority of our audience. We're talking about your butts, your balls, and your beautiful brain. We're talking about all the things Movember. And just to bring awareness to our audience and to join along in this like worldwide campaign.
It's so impressive. I'm fascinated as like a business model. I'm so impressed with some of these stats we're going to list off about what Movember has accomplished. But you're absolutely right. To honor the gents from head to toe is super important. We love you boys. Our lives personally would not be the same without you guys, both pre and during this podcast, honestly, because we wouldn't be Emily nor Riley, nor would Muse be a thing. And we would definitely not be able to be on a microphone to talk about it. So a thank you to all of you that are here joining us who support the channel. We hope you're sharing because, as you know, we're trying to grow. We are on a mission to 100 Patreons and 1,000 YouTube subscribers, plus our social media growth. You can find us absolutely anywhere, and subscribe. And let's dive in because I can't wait till we get to the bum part. So let's start with the mental health. Right? You steer the ship. I would come in with the jokes.
I mean, we do a lot of men's appreciation episodes. So, we love you guys and we're always worried about you and your mental health. But I think some of the stats we found were alarming. In fact, I'm going to tell a little Emily story just us preparing for this episode. She literally started crying, guys, because she read a stat that like brought her to tears. But the stats that I found was 3 out of 4 suicides are men. So clearly men take the majority in this and their mental health is not being paid attention to. We need to check on our male friends. Men, you need to speak up because it's literally life or death. And I mean, this isn't exclusive to the unemployed or the below poverty line. Like there's pro athletes, there's comedians dying from mental health issues being ignored. So it's that important.
It's true. It's funny you mentioned comedians because many of them struggle very deeply and very darkly with depression specifically, and a lot of other mental health stuff. And we were all so shocked when Robin Williams took his life, right? What a perfect example. But if you ask any comedian friends that you may have, it's definitely a thing. It's definitely something. I don't want to say that's talked about nor not talked about. It's just an overall, everyone's aware in the industry that is a thing. And many lose friends that way. Probably similar to soldiers, right? Listen, soldiers are another one. You come back from war and listen, not many countries take the best care of you. It's just a thing. And you know what? You're right. It's not about money. It's not about even loneliness. There are people with ginormous families and billions of dollars that still struggle the same. So I absolutely agree, Riley, especially with what you said that men need to speak up. It's uncomfortable. It's not fun. But doing it can absolutely save your life. And we think you should all be here. So reach out to us, even on a struggling moment. We all know Emily will answer that message. I will happily. And I have done so in the past. It's not lost on me that sometimes people just need that chat, right? And sometimes not with a familiar friend, but maybe a familiar face. So.
And I think when it comes to mental health, you're so sweet. There's clinical things. People suffer from depression, bipolar, like there's actual conditions that can be treated hopefully through medication. And sometimes it's just the weight of being a man. And that is too much for some men to bear. And it is about having the courage to speak to someone and it being received well. And that's where I think we need to, as women, or as friends, need to take that ownership a bit because more I read, and we've talked about this so many times on the podcast, but men don't try things more than once when they're met with rejection or shame. And if a man takes that step to reach out to a coworker, friend, family, whomever it is, and they are not well received, they are probably not going to try that again. So I think as a collective, even speaking to you men, is let's check on people and be open to receive what they're going to tell us.
I wish we could ever find a stat related to sex work and how many people's mental health we've helped in that regard,
Mhm.
or how many of those like choice moments come into play where maybe a sex worker has been able to turn your day around and made you make a different choice.
Mhm.
It sounds heavy, but listen, I did sex work one-on-one with clients for 8 years, and you hear some things. People are
Mhm.
human. Some people come in on their highest day and some people come on their lowest. So those are some of the memories actually on both extremes that really really stick with you. And it's interesting sometimes when you know that you actually help that person. There are moments where they come back into your life or you see them again, or maybe they're just a regular and you didn't even know, but they tell you, you know, when I saw you a couple of weeks ago, I was at this point mentally, and you said this and this to me. It might have been a one-off sentence to you, but it changed my total perspective that day.
Yeah.
And I decided to stay here. And like those, it's powerful stuff. And listen, if it's sex workers that are the ones that listen and receive well, and listen, some of those sessions you even stop the nakedness just because human to human you need to have a conversation.
Mhm.
Then so be it. We'll gladly take that role, right? We're already in intimate, you know, vulnerable moments already. So why not share those kind of things too? Especially if you've got some shitty friends and shitty family that aren't going to be that like cushion. Reminds me when people jump really high and land on those big like blow up things. You got to be that for somebody in those kind of
Yeah.
moments because they're falling. And
Mhm.
it's not necessarily to catch them and stop them dead in their tracks. It's to cushion it and bounce them back up. So it's a
That's a
great
good one.
responsibility. I think it's a beautiful thing you can offer to just a fellow human being sometimes. It happens
Mhm.
even between us workers, right? Like sometimes you just need a meltdown moment and you
Yeah.
crash out on Tuesday and you buck up by Wednesday. But again, if a sex worker can come in and be that person for you, then do it. Go for it.
Mhm.
Why not? Like, why eliminate an extra resource or an extra friend? Like naked friends. I'll swear by that. I'll die on that hill. Naked friends make some of the best friends. Some
Mhm.
of my naked friends are still my friends in real life because of those moments, and they
Mhm.
have helped bounce me back as well. So it's a give kind of situation. You have to give someone those moments for them to feel given that opportunity.
Mhm.
It's so important. I wish boys would speak more because we'd have more opportunities to love on them a little bit, especially when they need it and we didn't know, you know?
And I think Movember
Um,
is the perfect opportunity for someone that maybe hasn't shared before or
mhm.
hasn't spoke up, that it is such a big topic for the whole month. Mention it to your friends like, hey, it's
Yeah,
Movember, and you know what? This is what I want to share. And just give it a try, because I
yeah.
really think it's so uncomfortable. I get it, but like I think you just got to try. And like Emily said, even if it's not to a friend, it maybe it's to a sex worker. But let this
Mm,
be the month that you like dip your toe into open
yeah.
communication about your feelings.
Just a toe. It's
Just like
true.
that.
You know what? Listen, it can be shocking sometimes how it happens, especially in a room of guys. It takes one brave soul to be the first. But
Mhm.
next thing you know, everyone feels comfortable at that table to talk. And now
Exactly.
you've all had these like communal share moments that will bond your friendships so much deeper and so much
Yeah.
better. It builds immediate trust because you now know that these four people or whatever can get you in a crisis. They've got you. Like they will
Mhm.
understand because they now have context. Like it can transform male relationships so deeply. And it's so different than women because we dive deep so quickly, almost too quickly.
Mhm.
We're almost like
Yes.
speed dating with girlfriends, right? Because
Mhm.
we're like, oh my God, let me tell you everything, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But we have that communal community support and probably of six different women we can go to when we're in a bind and three are busy, you know, like
Mhm.
we create those networks and men often don't. But I think you'd
Mhm.
surprise yourself. Maybe not in the middle of the locker room when you guys are just getting out of the shower, but over beers. Like
Mhm.
have those sit down moments. You're playing cards and it's poker night. Have the talk. Do the
Mhm.
thing. And Riley's totally right. Use Movember as like the opener.
Yeah.
Like who's growing a mustache this year? Grow your mo is their freaking slogan anyway. So grow a mo and talk about it. I think it's super needed and super important. But I think that brings us then to some of the other sexier parts, but not sexier conditions. I don't
Mhm.
know. You say
Mhm.
penis, I say where. But part of what Movember is all about is prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and men's mental health and overall wellness. But Emily loves me some balls and loves me some butt play. So that definitely comes in because, listen, whether it's home, whether it's solo, whether it's with a sex worker or it's your fucking neighbor, I don't care. It's between you and your neighbor. But like, you have to keep the pipes moving. You have to keep the blood flowing. You have to keep the semen flowing. Like, you have to keep things happening. This is why I'm not a big believer in those abstinence months and no fat February and all those things. It's because you're actually, you may bump your testosterone by 1%, but at the same time, you might open opportunity for 7 other risk things to increase, because that's really what it is, right? You're not going to prevent getting testicular cancer or prostate cancer, but at the same time, you're improving and maintaining your testicular health by ejaculating regularly. Your prostate needs to be milked if you're over 40. Learn to love it in the butt.